And finally on the program, the Lagos State Ministry of Housing says it has successfully delivered 9,970 housing units across various parts of the state in the past 6 years. The State Commissioner for Housing, Maruf Akinderu-Fatai, made this comment at the 2025 ministerial press briefing held at Alausa, Ikeja.
Closing the housing deficit gap in Lagos is a major challenge for the state government, owing to the volume of people moving into Lagos on a daily basis. This major challenge has put the authority on its toes, trying to meet up with the accommodation demand by building affordable housing schemes across the 5 divisions of the state for the benefit of Lagos residents. In the last 6 years, over 9,000 housing units have been provided by the government, and 4,052 housing units are currently at various stages of construction. This was announced by the State Commissioner for Housing, Maruf Akinderu-Fatai, at the 2025 ministerial press briefing at Alausa, Ikeja.
The administration in June 2024 delivered and commissioned the Egon Mixed Housing Estate, Cluster 1, comprising of 270 units of 2-bedrooms apartments. This increased the number of the housing estates so far delivered across the 5 administrative divisions of Lagos State by Mr. Abajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu administration to 21 since 2019. The effort of the ministry in providing affordable homes through direct budgetary funding has yielded 3,994 units of 1, 2, 3, and 3 bedrooms, while public-private partnership across the housing sector provided additional 5,976 homes for allottees. Therefore, this administration has increased the housing stock with a total of 9,970 home units in the last 6 years. Currently, the ministry has 5 ongoing housing schemes, which are Igondo Mixed Housing Scheme, Cluster 2 and 3, with a total of 576 units in Igondo Ikotu local government, local development area in Alimosho local government, which is undergoing construction with projection for completion in the first quarter of 2026. The Lagos Home Sogotedo Phase 2, located in Etiosa East LCDA, consists of 528 housing units and is projected to be completed by the 3rd quarter of year 2025. Ekpe Housing Scheme, Itamarun in Ekpe local government, is also projected to produce 112 housing units by the 4th quarter of year 2025. Lagos Homes Ajara in Badagry local government has 420 home units with a projected date of completion 2nd quarter of year 2025. Lastly, Lagos Homes Ibeshe Phase 2 with 192 units in Igbogbo Bayeku LCDA is proposed to be completed by the 3rd quarter of year 2025.
A major success story for the government is the rent-to-own housing schemes, which have supported over 20,000 Lagosians.
The Lagos State Mortgage Board has assisted in creating values and comfort for over 20,000 residents in Lagos State through the implementation of mortgage and rent-to-own policy of the state. The agency has provided access to comfortable and affordable housing units, thereby reducing the housing deficit in the state and in Nigeria as a whole. The first set of allottees to the rent-to-own home ownership policy was successfully exited on the 29th of August 2024, 100 numbers of mortgagors who have completed their expected 10 years mortgage repayment and were officially exited and finally became full allottees of their respective home units. The second edition of the exit ceremony of 1,212 mortgagors was held on the 12th of March 2025. The governor has also approved a new redemption policy to those who have paid for 6 years under the rent-to-own arrangement to take full ownership subject to conditions. The Lagos State Mortgage Board presently has 2,207 pending applications for home unit allocation within various schemes. In a bid to make Lagos State government estate livable and in compliance with the vision of making Lagos a 21st century economy, the Ministry of Housing provided modern infrastructure such as roads, car parks, drains, walkway, retaining walls, fences, sewage treatment, plants, water supply treatment, and external electrification at various Lagos State government housing schemes. The ministry in the year 2024 scaled up their facility management strategy to ensure Lagos State-owned estate maintain their aesthetic and economic values all year round.
The Lagos State government frowns at collection of tenancy agreement fees beyond the stipulated 10% and also insists that anyone involved in real estate business must be registered with the Lagos State Real Estate Regulatory Authority.
The tenancy laws that we're trying to review, which we did a few weeks ago and is at the State House of Assembly now, which I'm sure that we're partners in progress. And because of the fact that we had a protest about 2 weeks ago about this same regard, agents are not supposed to charge more than 10% in total. They are not supposed to charge more than 10%. The law states 10% specifically, between 0 to 10%. It depends on the amount of the rent. And also there's legal fees as well, to which should not be more than 10%. So the agents has their duties and the lawyers have their own duties as well, to which are well spelled out. As lawyers, we know our limitations. And myself and the Honorable Commissioner and the PS, we've had meetings with the NBA, with Redan, with Naives, with Erican, and also with everybody in the build sector that are organizations regulating the authority and also the profession and registering anybody that practices real estate. And we made them, we understood each other that lawyers have a duty and also agents have a duty as well too. The present tenancy laws, I would love to disagree, but it doesn't state specifically how much service charges and the rest of them can be. So it's ambiguous. So people interpret it the way they want to, but it states specifically that the amount an agent can charge is not more than 10%. We have recalcitrant landlords and we also have recalcitrant tenants as well too. And what the Lagos State Real Estate Regulatory Authority was created for, part of their mandate was for them to mediate between tenants and landlords. There's Tenancy Laws of Lagos State 2015 that states explicitly the duties and the responsibilities of the tenants and also the landlords as well too. If we find a landlord that has moved into locking up a property without giving the tenant due notice, because for a year's rent, you're supposed to serve them 6 months for you to notify them, quick notice for them to move out of the house. And if you want to increase the rent as well too, you should inform them 6 months before the old tenancy expires.
The Lagos State government assures residents who have applied for the state housing scheme that more units will be available before the end of the year, and also charge allottees occupying government housing estates to adhere to the ministry's rules and regulation or face the risk of losing their apartments.